Hi everyone. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to create a cup. We want a cup that look like this, with a holder and with your name. Okay, with your name on top. Okay, one side will do. Doesn't have to do the other side because it's repeated, a repeated task. And I want the name to be curve. You look at it, it will curve according to the following the cup. Okay, I don't want something that actually looks square. So in this case, it's a bit tedious because when we put in the text, it's actually in a square or rectangle shape. It's not in a curved shape. Okay, although they have a curve tools in here, but the curve tools is not perfect. When you use on different round object, it doesn't really fit well. Okay, so in this case, we have to create something that fit well. Okay, how to start? First is this using this cylinder. Okay, first task is to move this to the end so that you have a round shape, and I want this to be 60, 60, on both sides. Okay, this is the size of the cup, and then you can bring this up. Okay, this one you can go slightly higher. Maybe I'm doing another 60. Okay, 60, 60, 60. Easy to remember. Okay, let's create the center first. Okay, how to create the center? Control D, donkey, D, donkey. Okay, once you create, you see there is a duplicate object. I want you to hold down your shift key and then bring this up, bring this down to 54. Okay, now it's 54. Then you can see, when I put it to hold, you can see this is 54, but it's not tall enough, so I want you to make it slightly taller. Maybe this is about 70, doesn't matter how many, but I want you to put this together, use alignment, center, center. Okay, now I want you to click outside, then click on this again. Can you see when you lift it up? You can see I want 4 millimeter from the floor. Okay, 4 millimeter. So the cup also already reduced 6 mm. That means the thickness is 3 mm. So the bottom is slightly thicker than the side. Okay, this one very useful, and you need to remember that when I merge this just to show you the effect so that you can understand the effect, but later on we need to ungroup it and then regroup again because we need to cut more objects. Okay, now I just want to select both and then I merge to cut the object. Now can you see? Now we got the beginning of the cup shape. Okay, this is just the beginning, just as I use the word beginning, because you need to create your name here. So you type your text, maybe you put your name. So I put my name, Mr. Fong. Okay, look at the size of this one. You have to reduce this one just enough to make sure it is enough to fit into the cup. Okay. Not to put your entire long name, we just want one section. This is to make the process simple. If not, it will be very complicated. Okay, let's make it short and simple. And then don't put it too high. Okay, center doesn't look nice. Either it's top or the bottom. I suggest to put at the bottom. um, it looks very strange at the top and it looks very strange in the middle. Okay, and then before you put in, you have to make this long and then push inside. Okay, you can leave it like this. Okay, like this. How do you make sure it's in the center? Again, select alignment. You need to use a lot of alignment to make sure your object is in the center. Now, you can see here we have this extra object that we need to cut off. How to cut off the extra object internally is very simple. We need to cut outside also. So in this case, click on the cylinder again, Control D, down key, then this one. Okay. Now you have we need to create. Okay. Now, if you look inside, it's a shape of a cup. In order not to confuse you, I want to remove the bottom because we don't need the bottom at all. Okay, so in this case, I'll just merge the object. Okay, now we cut object. You can leave it down, you can leave it like this, up to you. Um, okay, now important thing is this is the same size as a cup, but we need to create something that is larger. So you hold down the shift key, make it until maybe 69. Then you change it to whole. Now I put it inside here. Okay. 69 is actually too large. Maybe I think 66. I think let's try 66. 66 is quite okay. Can you see? This is how it's supposed to look like after we cut the extra name. Okay. So can we cut? Cannot, because this is not the shape we want. We still have some hanging object here we do cut. So what you need to do is you need to create a square shape. A square shape that is large enough to cover the entire cup. So hold down the shift key when you increase the size. Okay, put this one in. That is what we need to cut. Okay. Okay, now what you need to do, again, centerize the object. Go to center, center. Now I want to cut the entire center. So what I do is I unmerge the center object. Now you can see this is no longer important for me. So just leave it. I want to unmerge again, ungroup again. Oops, sorry. Ungroup again. So you see this whole section, I don't need this anymore. Just click delete. And I want this whole thing to be cut off. So I change this to whole. Okay. Um, Now I can just merge this object. Can you see this? Change this to whole and then bring this object up. Now can you see? Yeah, we are about to cut this, cut the cup. Okay, so now what happened is maybe you find this one is too long. Just make it a little bit. You have two choices. You can use alignment again to align the object, or you can just use a manual way by selecting this grid, then use an arrow key on your keyboard to adjust nicely. So you can see you can adjust properly. Yeah. So if not, what you can do is you can select the whole thing. I didn't select the whole thing. Let's try center. Now this is in exactly the center. Okay, exactly the center. You just move up and out, in and out a little bit to adjust the thickness of this form. Okay. Question: if I cut it now, inside will still have the forms, correct? So what I need to do is I need to ungroup this one. Now, if I cut, it will cut the excess form inside the cup too. So I will select everything, cut. See, there is no excess font inside. Okay, if you don't ungroup and group again, the excess font will be inside. We will have to do this one more time because of this holder here. Okay, how to create that? That one you just hold down the shift key. After that, it's simple. You just turn around, just turn around 90 degree. After that, you can move up. Okay, to create this holder here. Okay, you can lower this down a bit to make it slightly longer, wider. I mean, then use this arrow key to adjust. Now you can see there's still another excess part inside. But before we do anything, I want you to make sure it's in the center alignment. Okay, now it's in the center, but is it the center for the height? So this is the first time we use centerize of the z-axis. Okay, perfect. So this is the place, but again, we need to cut this one. So what I will do is again we have to redo. I undo first. Okay, You cannot cut now, because if you cut now, this part will be cut off. Let me show you. If you cut now, you see, this area will be cut off, but that is not what we want. You see, it says part cut off. So I want to undo this one first. So what we do is we can bring this thing up in the sky. This one, we need to bring it up in the sky first. We can merge the bottom section. Okay, then press D donkey to drop it down, then lift 4 mm. Okay, now it's almost it's 4.5. If you want to make sure you get 4, now I have to change to 0.5. Now it's 4. Okay, and then drop this down, press D and lift it up a little bit. Again, how do you make sure it's in the center? You select it and click here. Okay, now it's in the center. Confirm center, center. Now if you do a merge, this is how you cut the object. Okay, check. Yes, perfect. Okay, very nice, very smooth with your name. Okay, so this is not very easy, not that easy, but take the time. If you cannot do certain area, doesn't matter. You can I will show you slowly, step by step, during your lesson. um, Correct, so you can also try this video and do this during the midterm holiday, during the school midterm holiday, if you cannot finish in your next lesson. Okay, that's it. Of course, I choose round shape. Is There are reason behind. It's easy to drink. And other than that, is I want you to learn how to put a curved text on a round object, on a curved object. Okay. Uh, of course, later on, in the later lessons, we will try others object, other shape also. You can use that as container. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.